16th of November, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst, Yeshiva Samanavshi. Here in Shalim Care of Zoom. This is our second share in Mishna Berura, in Hilchos Hanukkah. In Siman Tov Reish Ayin Aleph, we're at the end in the Ramah of Siv Beis. So it's probably worthwhile for reviewing. Let's review Sif Beis entirely, and then we'll see the Mishna Berura where we left off in the Ramah. And that was it. Just a point that we to clarify from the previous year. So the Luach, according to the information I have here, the Luach was instituted in the Jewish year of 4100. Okay, the Jewish year 4100. The Jewish calendar, as we know it in our time, was fixed for all generations. That corresponds with the non-Jewish years of, say, about the year 340. The year 340.
So that was like around 700 years after Hanukkah?
About 500 plus. About 500 plus.
500 plus.
Hanukkah took place about 200 years before the Churban Bayis Sheni. And we had I would think so. 1 second. Review the Nasi. Yeah, something about, I think, about 400 years, maybe 500 years. I think I can try and verify that as well.
Well, that's okay. That gives me a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. Who would like to do some reading?
Who among all the one person who's here?
Yes. I guess it's your chance again, Lou. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are in Tov Reish Ayin Aleph.
Yes.
And we're at Sif Chet.
That's Sif Cotton. Let's review the Mechaber and the Sif Beit and the Ramah, and then we'll go into the Mishna Berura on the Ramah.
Okay, so what Sif are we on?
Sif Beit. It starts with Hamaneros.
Hamaneros. How many candles, Madlik, do we light? The Laila Harishon on the first night, Madlik Aleph, light one. Eliezer, there's some noise coming through.
Okay.
Mikan ve'elach, from here and further. So most the holech, we add and we go. Aleph, one, whole laila, each night. So each night we add one, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 8. Ad she belel acharon, until the night after, you shmona, there are 8. So this phrase, shebelel acharon, means what? The last night?
Right. The last time you light 8 candles.
Okay. Va'afilu im rabim b'nei habayis, and even if there are many people in the house, lo yadliku yoser, do not light more.
Right.
Haga, v'yesh omrim dechol echad mibnei habayis yadlik. There are those who say that each person in the house lights, unlike what the Mechaber just said. V'chein ha-minchag pashut. And this is the simple minhag. This is the Ashkenazi minhag.
Yeah, minig pasha means like the widespread or the common custom.
I see. V'yizaharu litain kol echad ve'echad nerosav b'makom meyuchad. And we should be careful to give each and every one candles in a special place.
Right. Very good. Right.
Kedei sheyehei heker kama neros madlikin. In order that it should be that it's recognizable how many candles are being lit.
Right. Very good. That's right. Because you want them to be spread out and to be lit in distinct places, because if they were crowded together, you wouldn't be apparently able to realize how many candles are being lit on any particular given day.
Right.
Okay, very good. Let's
go to the Mishnah Berura.
We're going to go to this, and we did the Machaber. So now we're going to start with Sif Katan Tet.
Katan Tet.
Right. If you want, maybe Mayor wants to. If you want to take a rest, you've been reading a lot today. If you want,
yeah.
Also go to the Mayor if you want.
Taking a rest. Mayor, you got to.
Okay, I'm set. Okay, Tet. Let's go to Tet. Okay, so let's see. V'yeshomrim dechol echad. Okay, v'chulei. Okay, so that the poskim say that we light one every night, I guess. Levad me'ishto v'hi kigufo.
Barry, we're in Simon Tuf Reishai and Aleph in the Mishnah Berura and Sif Katan Tet.
Tet?
Tet. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so it says Levad, alone of his wife or from his wife, because she is as he is, kagufo. Okay.
The wife does not light?
Right. Wife does not light.
That's what it says here, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yud, Yadlik, he should light, I guess, okay. Hainu, Kamo Shekatuv La'el Basif Bet. Oh, this just as it says up above in the second section. Okay, the Yosef v'holech ner echad b'kol laila, that one adds and continues to light one candle, an additional candle, or there's literally one candle for each night.
We add an additional candle each night.
Add an additional. Oh, the Yosef. Okay. The imein yadam ma seget kol kach yadlik ner echad b'chol laila. Okay, so if one, let's see, does not have, I guess,
right, yes, right,
additional candles or maseget, I guess, he should light one candle each night, every night.
Right. Only one, right?
Only one. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can go to Gimel, it looks like.
Yeah, that's right. That's yeah, very good.
Okay, so Gimel says, Ner sheyesh lo shtei fiot olelo bishvil shnayim. Okay, so let's see. A candle, sheyesh lo shtei, that has two openings, piot.
Yeah, right. We're talking, you have to realize that they're, when they're referring to candles, they're talking about oil lamps, right? Oil lamps, which were basically um, containers which held oil, and they had wicks coming out of them. So if you had one container of oil that had a place for two wicks to come out, so that would be enough for two people.
Oh, it says ole, yeah, ole lo bishvil shnayim. Okay, so that means, like you said, it's for two people. It satisfies two people.
Right.
Okay.
We said before that each person's candles had to be in a separate location, a special place.
Right. So that was the Ramah speaking. Just don't forget is the Mechaber right now. So there could be different opinions about that. Because the Mechaber said that only one person's going to light anyway.
I see.
Oh,
So wait a second now. If the Mechaber says only one person lights, what does it mean that it counts for two?
Because you could have some kinds, sometimes you have two people traveling, let's say they're staying at a inn together. So they're not considered to be family members, and they would each have their own obligation to light.
Ah, I see. Okay, so in other words, he holds in that case that they can light together, even though it might be confusing how many candles there are.
Apparently, he doesn't seem to be concerned about that. Right. The Ramah mentioned it because it's more of a Shaila, it's more of a question Lamaisa for the Ramah, because you have many people in the same household lighting. So if you put them all on the same windowsill, so it becomes a very bit confusing to what menorah is holding what candles and such, right? But in a more limited situation, such that exists by the Mechaber, that there's really only in general going to be one person lighting anyway. So you're not going to usually have so many people lighting so many menorahs. Maybe you'll have one or two other people, but it won't never really become a chaotic situation like you might have with the Ramah situation, where everyone's lighting in the household. Okay.
okay. So the next
That would be Yud
Aleph, Yud Aleph, Shtei Piot, that there are two openings. Okay, Hainu, therefore, let's see, Shehapitilot b'mifnim munachim baner. Okay, so if the wicks within lie, menachim is lie as one candle, I guess, as one wick, maybe. Oh,
right.
okay.
You have the wicks and the Ptaki, you have the wicks and the exit where they exit out from the oil. So the wicks are usually in the oil, and they exit, and they have two separate exits.
Okay, two separate exits. Let's see. Rak Rashea Ptilo. Okay, we did that. No. I'm sorry. Rak Rashea Ptilo Boltin Lachutz Nechelakin Lishtei Mikomod. Oh, okay. So this is basically when they come out or on the outside, they divide into two places.
Right.
So literally you have one wick underneath or in the oil, but you have two on top.
Right. So you could, exactly. You could have, for example, you'd have one wick, and it's in oil. The middle part of it's in oil, and you have the two ends of the wick coming out, and both are lit. That'll be okay.
Okay. So Vika Mashmalan, the Afalpi she Mibifnim Einan Muvdalin Haptilot Klal Ze Mizeh. That's okay. Hold on. Kamashma, what we're taught, I guess. They teach us.
Right, Kamash Mulan, right? You come in to teach us.
Okay, so let's see. That even though inside there are not, I guess, Muvdalin would be divided.
Yeah, in Muvdalin up Asila's cloud, the two wicks are not separate at all.
Oh, at all. Okay, klal ze mizeh, from each other. Mikom makom kevan she bimkon hanachatan bepeh minkar shehem shtayim nech shavot kishtayim. Okay, so what? Nevertheless, since she become that in a place shenachtan that they rest the peh.
Meaning the peh is like the rim of the oil lamp that they're coming out from two separate places on the oil lamp. So
Okay, shtayim.
Right.
So they're considered as two.
Right. Since they're positioned in two separate places, they're considered like two candles.
Okay, good. So let's see. Yud bet is ole lo bishvil shtayim. Okay, so they come out as two as two.
Right.
Okay. So mashma milashon zed afilu lamhadrin haosin ner lechol echad. What, from this language, I guess? From this language, you should be strict. Lemehadrin.
That mashma from the fact that it says all it works for two people to light in such a fashion. Mashma, it's indicated in the Lashon Zeh. From this Lashon, this indicates that even according to the Mahadrin, that each person himself lights, right? They would still be fulfilling their obligation, even according to the Mahadrim, in such a way.
Oh, okay. V'ayin b'magen Avraham shedato dilefi my deita leel b'haga. Okay, dilidan demosifim b'chol laila ner echad. L'chol echad. Oy. It's a long sentence.
That it says here that Ayin b'magen Abraham shedaito, that his opinion seems to be the fi ma'ide Yisrael that we say above in the Ramah, the Hagar, the Didan, according to us, the Ashkenazim, the Mosim b'kol laila ner echad, that we add one ner for each progressing night. The kol echad for each and every person minabayas in the household. So kol echad adlik neros. This was the question that we were asking yourselves. It says that the Ramah was mentioning that each person has to light in a special designated spot. That it would mashpa that the two people could not light with one nair, right?
Oh.
So he's being qualified this statement, right? This is not go. This is again, as we said, when you asked the question, right? You asked this question that the Ramah said we're not supposed to light people together all at once in one place. So this is, as we said, this is all according to the Machaber, right? And according to the Ramah, this would not work. It would not be Yotzi according to the Ramah. The Ramah, you have to have each and every person lighting in a specific designated spot in and of himself. So this would not work according to the Ramah, and you should be careful about this.
So B'ner Echad, does that mean everyone needs his own shamus also then?
And I don't know about you need your own shamus. That's another question. And why you need the shamus per cloud. There are two reasons really why you need the shamus. One, to basically, obviously, just to light with, number one. And number
Right.
two is to show that it's going to be a menorah for the Hanukkah. And you could permit, say, reading or doing things by the light of the menorah because you have a shamus.
Oh, yeah, right.
So not necessarily do you have to have a separate shamishim for each menorah, not necessarily, depending on the situation.
Okay. So Va'afilu balayla harishon yesh li zaher bazeh. And so even on the first night, we need to be careful about this.
Right, to make sure you're lighting in designated spots, and this lighting two people for one oil lamp would not be appropriate according to the decision of the Ramah.
Okay.
Okay.
The efsha davka ner sheyesh bo rak shnei piyot. Okay, so davka near. So a candle sheyeshla that he has only two openings, I guess. Aval b'menorot shelanu sheyesh lahem shmona piyot mutar lahadlik shnei b'nei adam. Oh, but today, or I should say, our menorot, not today.
Right, so it says here, right, it says, that's specifically talking about a lamp which has two openings. Our menorah shalano, our type of menorahs, they have 8 places for the candle. It's mutter for 2 people to light, one on that side and one on the other side.
Mhm.
That would be permissible.
Oh, one on this side and one on that side. Oh, okay. Sharei ro'in shehidliku shnayim, so that one that looks, it would be lit like 2, I guess.
It would look like I think 2 people are lighting.
Oh, okay. 2 people have lit. The imlo kain hayamadlik kaseder echad etza chavero v'chein nohagim haolam. Okay.
Okay, now you might like to say there echad. That's okay.
So let's see, Deim, that if locain hayamadlik is.
And apparently what the Mishna is saying here, if it's not going to seem as if 2 people are lighting because they're too close together or whatever, then you have to make sure that each one's lighting separately in a place that's distinct.
Okay. So you really have to make sure that the menorot are spread out apart so they don't look like 2 don't look like 1.
Right.
Okay.
Should be sufficient distance between the menorah that people can see that there are 2 different menorahs and therefore 2 different people lit.
Very good. Okay, so I guess we can go on to Dalet then.
Yeah, very good. Yes.
Okay, so it says, Milei ka'ara shemen v'hi kifa b'tilot. So what if one fills a kara? What's that, like a flask or something?
Kara is like a plate, a bowl.
A plate of with shemen. Okay. and he put the wicks like around its circumference or
Right,
something.
so let's say you have a bowl and you fill the bowl with oil, and then you placed wicks all around exactly the circumference.
Oh, okay. Im kafa aleha kli. So let's see. And
I
if,
thought I thought the narrows had to all be in a straight line. Isn't that the halacha?
That's a good point.
well, what if it's like a semicircle?
No, it's the halacha is
Oh, it has to be in a line.
it has to be in a straight line. No curves and no loops and S shapes and escalators and I don't know what.
And elevators too.
Yeah.
It could be since they're all on the same level, even though they're in a semicircle or in a complete circle. It might be better as long as they're on the same level of altitude. Could be better, apparently, from what they're saying over here.
Is this a b'diavad that you use a circle, a dish in a circular shape?
I'm not sure if it's b'diavad. We'll have to contrast it. It's explained in the halacha you should have a menorah which is nice and things like this. Simply putting the wicks in a bowl doesn't seem to be very
Hiddur.
either in terms of your doing the mitzvah in the best way possible. Looks like maybe it's a birthday cake or something. But okay, let's leave it for that. Let's see what the halacha is. But you'll see the Ramah is going to make a point about what you're mentioning, Barry. We'll see what the Ramah mentions about this. He's going to touch on your point.
Okay, so continuing, im kapa aleha kli. So if one puts a kapa, it's like a dome on it.
Yes, right. So let's say you put a plate, you have a bowl filled with oil and the wicks coming out around it. Now you put a plate over the top of the bowl.
Oh, kol petila ola bishvil ner echad. Wow. So what?
Right. So each one of the wicks is now going and serving the purpose of one candle.
Oh, okay. Kol petila ola bishvil ner echad. Oh, so each wick goes up like one candle. Okay. Lo kapa aleha kli. So now if you don't have a dome over it, afilu l'ner echad eino ole lefi shehu kimidura. Okay, so what if you don't have the covering over it? Okay. Eino ole, it doesn't go up. Lefi shehu kimidura. What's
Right.
that?
It looks like if so, you have to be careful to put the candles in a line to shove that's equal. Globa agul, not in a curved fashion. The havi kimidura, because that will turn out that it looks like a medura, medura is like a torch.
Oh, yeah, you don't want it to look like that.
Right.
Okay. So should we continue with the Haggah then, or?
Let's see. The canes are. It's quite a, yeah.
Are we getting close to the time?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
it's
to
10:29.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're bumping up against the next year.
Right. So we'll stop here now, and we'll continue tomorrow, Mitzvah. Thank you, Mayor. That was very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Eliezer Tzvi, Aaron, and Arlu. Have a good day.
Wait, you didn't mention me.
That's
She went to share with Mama.
Barry, you're always
I don't
included.
get a mention?
Sure you
You're
did.
always
Thank you, Barry.
included, Barry.
You doing that?
You're here.
All right.
Okay. See you all tomorrow. Be well.